So I wish I could vote for Trump, but rest assured, I'm a French citizen. I'm not an American citizen, so I cannot. But why do I wish so? Why do I feel so concerned about elections that in on the surface of things shouldn't concern me? Um because I feel like we are in a key moment of history where, first of all, even though it doesn't concern me, I'm a French citizen, I'm not an American citizen, I have nothing to do with those elections. I feel concerned by them. I do follow them closely. I'm listening to Trump's speeches and I'm listening to Hillary's speeches. And I can tell you something. Those elections are going to be very decisive. I feel in a key moment of history, and I just feel like I should be part of it, even though from what I understand and from what I got to see from the 2000 elections, it's not so much about the popular vote than it is about the delegate electoral, I think it's called. So already there's something funky right there, I remember Al Gore, which I don't like personally. But nevertheless, he was ahead in the popular vote, and somehow Bush still got to win. I mean, that's a shady thing right there. It's very shady. Thanks to the electoral delegates. So I don't fully understand the American voting system, and it seems to be anything but democratic, honestly. But I do believe if there is a big difference between the popular vote, between the two candidates, it can overwhelm the delegate vote. At least I hope so. I hope I'm not being too naive. Um, I don't know enough to keep on talking about this, but still, why do I feel so concerned about those elections? And for the first time in my life, it's because I know that my country and many other countries are gonna be affected by it, because America is a huge nation. It's a very powerful nation, and of course, it goes without any surprise that it has become the land of the battlefield for the new world order. You know. So now, whenever we say those words, it becomes like very conspiratorial, but nevertheless, I mean, those are facts. It's happening. There is there's a struggle for a power grab that is gonna decide for the rest of the world, and for the first time in my life, I truly, truly feel concerned by it and the ramifications it will have on the rest of the globe. And I do support Trump. I know he's not a politician, but when I see, and honestly, for a long time, I doubted him. It all feels somehow of a circus and a joke. And everybody in France is for Hillary, but not me. Not me, because first of all, as you can see, I do speak English, even though, never mind my accent. On paper, it doesn't make a difference. I understand. I'm following his speeches. I understand everything he's saying, and I can see how mistranslated this guy is, even in France. I mean, I'm watching the TV program, and I mean, these guys are making him more hostile, even in the translations, than he actually is, and that's a funky thing. That's a very shady thing. When I see all those different persons being against him, the elite. I mean, the Pope is coming out of his freaking walls to criticize the guy. He's representing a threat. So now, don't get me wrong. If you're for, if you're very happy with the way things are and want to see more of it, well, vote for Hillary. But I do believe like there is some authenticity in Donald Trump that will make change the direction of where we're headed, and we're all affected by it. And when I say I cannot vote for him, actually I can. I could go to the U.S. I could go to the U.S. and get a driver license and just make a vote. That loophole has been left for many Latinos because they're hoping that they will be voting for Hillary for a democratic point of view, but I could exploit it in order to vote for Trump. You know, so Trump does not represent my short-term, immediate interest. But honestly, this is bigger than my little wants. This is bigger than my ambitions. This is about like where we're headed as a humanity, and yes, Trump does appear like. Honestly, I believe he's very narcissistic. How narcissistic you have to be to put your own name on a plane? I mean, this is crazy. But on the other hand, it's this narcissism that got him to see the unique opportunity to maybe become like the best president ever. And it's some. I suspect he got to see like the opportunity to be really part of history in a positive way. So for once, narcissism works as a positive thing. He said it many times. Hillary had 30 years in the government to make anything happen, and I honestly. I honestly didn't see anything good. It's the U.S. is not the beautiful country it used to be, and I still love it. And once again, I'm not American, but what makes people Americans really? What makes them Americans? I remember this movie from Steven Spielberg. It's called his latest one, Bridge of Spies. Tom Hanks is asking the very same question, and basically is responding by saying that what makes them Americans is their belief in the Constitution. So in that retrospect, I feel as American as anybody else because I think like I've got a chance to study the Constitution, and in my opinion, it's like the most moral and beautiful document ever written by human beings in the whole of history. And we would all benefit from it, all of us, including my own country, France, where, as a matter of fact, the elite is very controlling, and it's not such a great country to be in. Honestly, all this socialist system is disgusting. Plain disgusting. Believe me, I'm a French citizen. I'm living in that system. Socialism doesn't work. It keeps you down. You're all becoming like freaking Smurfs. You're, you're all ranked to the same level to a point, and it's in the name of equality, but it's pervasive, and it's not a good thing because obviously we're not all equal, and it has nothing to do with equality of rights. We're just like all different different and unique in our potentials. And America has been a good breeding ground for to encourage that the expression of that potential. And all my heroes, all my idols, quote unquote, have been coming from the American culture. And just to tell you like how much potential there is if this beautiful document is to be respected. So yes, I wish I could be voting for Trump, and I have many friends, in the U.S. that will be voting for Trump. and I hope the guy passes, because it's not only for a better direction of the U.S. but truly of the world. Anyway, here's my opinion.